Hello and welcome to episode 21 of the Team One Take podcast. And we have actually the inspiration of the podcast here, and it's going to be Mara Aquino. First off, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I just got out of boxing. So this is my fresh off boxing mode. Episode 21. Oh my God, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, thank you. It took us a while to get here, but we're finally here. And to be honest, the reason being, we probably should have had you about 20 episodes earlier and to kind of start off with you. Because the biggest thing was when we had that discussion at the KWC last year, you were like, hey, I think you guys should start a podcast. And I was like, it was a bit of an earworm. And I was like, actually, that's a very good idea. So the biggest inspiration to our podcast, of course, Mara, you being here. And again, super happy for you to be here, even though you have what I look is like a pristine face and it doesn't seem like you got hit in your boxing class at all.
Yeah, I just came from boxing. I ripped my skin open once again. But I'm so proud of you guys. 21 episodes. That's so good. That's so good. Yeah. But how are you liking it?
We're surviving at the end of the day. No, I think it's been a great experience.
Surviving? They're doing nice.
I mean, yeah, Dash is especially him. But I think the biggest thing for us is that we've been able to talk to the players and the coaches and to just dive deeper.
Okay, let's dive deep. Where are we gonna dive?
Okay. Let's. I think
where are we gonna go?
We can dive back into the middle of this. So obviously we got to talk about this whole idea in KWC right last year.
Ooh.
And then we really dig deep during KIC Philippines, right, when we all went out for dinner and then we were talking about,
that was fun.
Yeah, so there was one thing that we had a conversation about, which was what was your ultimate dream, right, and what's the ultimate goal, right? So now technically we're living the lives that we wanted, right, at the start of our esports journey. We are living it now.
Game.
Yes, and then what's the final stage of, whatever we want to do? And the podcast was one of them.
The game was, what is your current reality and what is the ultimate possibility? So your current reality is you are a caster, and what's the ultimate possibility? Even if it's 2%, what is it? And then start working towards that. And I think that's a really nice game. Like, that's the game that I always ask people just to see where their head's at and to open their mind into the possibility of where there could be. This is the current situation, but this is the possibility. And it's a matter of how to close the gap in between. So even if you don't fully get there, you're almost there. So like Dash, like for instance, what's your current reality right now? You're a caster. Yes, you're a caster right now. What's the ultimate possibility for you?
Ultimate possibility for now is probably to have like a on-site international cast. That's what I want to do. So there you go. Yeah. I want to know what your answers were though during those times. Is it disclosable what your answers were starting from Holler?
Yeah, let's do Holler first.
I mean, it was just kind of being part of, to be honest, I don't remember the exact answer I gave, but...
You didn't give an answer yet.
Okay, all right. You seem to have a good memory, and now you're
not good, Mara. That's good.
Let's go. But I think being a caster and kind of taking on, I did say something about voice acting. Something I wanted to kind of look into as well, and to be part of like gaming in that sense. But I think that the podcast was a big step into all of this, right? Just kind of being a little bit more outside of just being a caster, of just being more known in terms of esports and other games as well. So this podcast wasn't exactly supposed to be 100% on Honorofkings as well.
Okay. Ken, you said yours was what?
Mine was to be travel vlogger. I want to travel the world.
I remember that. Yeah,
I remember that.
That was a good one.
Get paid to travel the world and enjoy everything. And I mean,
that would be so good.
Yeah.
Early now, I think Tencent and Daddy HOK, they have helped me in that, with all the losing and all the punishments. I'm recording videos that I didn't think I'll be recording in the first place. So I think it's a beautiful step. This year seems pretty interesting so far. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember you traveling a lot too, especially going to events itself, like KNC. You also go there recently during the last event. You were also there.
He was there, and I just saw your video, like singing and dancing, lip singing and dancing. Yeah. And I think that's really important for people to know like where they want to be. Like I remember when I was telling you guys, I was giving the example of my current reality right now is I'm a host, and I get to travel for work, which is great. This is the 2% I thought when I started, I couldn't host before.
Yeah.
So this was that 2%, and I'm living it. But my ultimate reality is to be like somebody like Oprah, where I have my own show. I interview people, and the people in the audience, I can go like, you get a car, you get a car, you get a trip, you get a trip, you get a house. Because I love giving away prizes. But then this time it's not out of my own pocket, it's from the sponsor's pocket. And my vision is, let's say, okay, like I'm gonna guess Kin, and he has a travel vlog. And then when I guessed you, people are going to be more aware, and whatever business you have, it'll flourish. So I want all my friends to guest in my show. And the people who were like rejected, for example, like, you know, in Shark Tank, they have a good invention, but nobody invested in their invention. I want them to come to my show, and everybody that comes to my show, just like Oprah, their business will boom. So it'll provide opportunities for people, and people would fight to get in my show because they want to get the freebies, and it's something fun. And I'm going to guess inspiring people. But one step to Oprah would be, instead of just having it for Oprah, it's like she's in North America, she's in America, right? But instead of that, I want that everywhere I go, let's say I go to Singapore, or I go to Indonesia, production house there would be like, oh, she's here, we got to get you here, come and do the show. And we'll still do the exact same format, but in every country that I happen to be in. So that's the ultimate reality. And right now it's 2%, but like, you never know. That's why in PKL, I started doing games, right?
Yeah.
So
that was your idea.
new.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do. So I pitched that. Similar to last season, I pitched that also, but now I wanted it to be like more variety to get the personality out of the players, because some of the players, like for instance, Finesse, it was their first time getting interviewed and they were so shy.
Oh yeah.
But
once
they
you
were. Do the game, they were so shy. They couldn't even look me in the eye. But once you start doing games with them and there's that icebreaker, they start to loosen up, and you get the tenseness out of their body, and then they're able to open up a little bit more. And that's the goal for people who don't even speak English. I don't want to avoid I don't want to avoid having them on the interview. I don't want to exclude them. You can still be part of it, because even if you can't communicate with me, you understand the games. You can still do it. And I still want to show people your charm and have people still fall in love with you in this way, outside of the normal, how do you feel? What's your plan? Things like that. So that's why now I'm incorporating that for PKL. And how do you like it, Dash?
Yeah, honestly, I loved it, because even before, that's one of the things that I wanted for the players, because humanizing these players is something that we always wanted, right? Because they're people. They should talk. They had hardships. They have everything. And seeing them play a game that is not HOK, it's so fun. I loved it.
Yeah.
It's so fun to see them get flustered because the ball fell or something, and you can see them like having talking a lot more. Kaini and Sen from Finesse, I think they came out a bit from their shells because they at least talked in front of everybody.
I think we just need like 2 more, and then they'll be like totally. Have you guys seen it? Kid Holler, have you guys seen it?
Yeah, we have.
It's very cool. It's a very cool idea. Yeah.
The cup one.
You like it? Yay!
Yeah, the cup. Yeah,
Yeah, the cup ones, yeah.
Okay, I don't know about Holler, but for myself, whenever I watch this kind of activities, okay, this is to me a very Singaporean trait, right? Whenever we see people doing the challenges, we'll be like, it's so easy, we can do it as well, right? So every time these kind of challenges appear, the first thing that appears in my mind is like, okay, so how do I win this game? If I'm gonna be in this particular situation, I want to do better.
Okay, I have a question for you then. How do you win the ball thing? You saw the ball thing, right? The ball and the cups thing. Man, I thought I was so good at that, but I was able to do only 4 cups because it was so hard.
It depends on what the rule is, right? So I have seen videos of that happening where it was a challenge between a guy and a girl, and the challenge was to keep the ball in the cup, right? And what the lady did was she took the cup, a singular cup with the ball, she put it aside, and then she went to take the other cups and put together into one stack.
Oh, but you can only do it with one hand. So for the people who don't know what we're talking about, it's literally like cups, like party cups, and we make a pyramid out of it, and then we put like a tennis ball or like a ball right on top, and you have to get all the cups in the pyramid without one hand, without the ball falling. So that's basically the game, and it's a party game. It's something that catches people off guard. So
Without
we'll do more
falling,
games.
right?
We'll explore.
Without falling.
So
Without
can
falling.
Can I bounce the ball?
But it cannot
would you do that?
leave the
Wouldn't it be
cup.
hard?
That's gonna be way harder.
So you
Yeah.
bounce the ball up, you lift the ball up, and then
Wow.
you quickly like get, God of Gamblers.
Wait, so the problem
sleight of
is
hand, like a
you have to
magician
catch it.
style, like-
Wait, you have to catch it on a surface like this
Yeah.
on top of it.
Yes.
Yeah,
So it's gonna
super
be hard to
difficult.
get it.
That's impossible.
No, it's not. Look, it's the same thing. Okay, I will bring you
Oh
back
my
to
gosh, this
KIC.
guy is so Singaporean.
No.
We gotta next time we're together. Let's play the game, and I want to see Kid
Yeah.
try
Let's
this
do it.
method. I mean, there's a reason why he was last in the predictions. I think he's gonna be last in this game as well. Too soon.
No,
Too
no,
soon.
no. Okay, wait. So we did play like Jenga in KIC, right? PH we went out, and there was one moment. There was one moment.
Crazy.
No. I'm not crazy. Let me tell you, the idea was there. The execution was poor. That's about it.
I think the idea is delusional. So the execution is impossible. And
Agreed.
That's what's
Agreed.
happening right now with
Yes.
with
Yeah.
the cup. Come to the Philippines and then we'll put you on the show. And then
Yeah.
we'll guest you there and then you can do it.
Okay, grand
All right.
finals.
So, how many other games do you have in mind? And second question, follow up to that one. You were talking about having your own show, but when is that kind of going to happen?
Ooh, yeah.
That's a good question. Because when it's just a matter of starting. You know, some
of
people
course.
like they don't start because they don't have the perfect setup,
Yeah.
the perfect
Yeah.
studio. And what I want is something face to face. And perhaps when I get sponsors, perhaps when I get sponsors, I would love to have that. And I really want to give prizes. I really want to give prizes. Even for the staff right now, I do a game with them every day, and then somebody gets a prize
Oh,
at
yeah.
the end. It gives
Yeah.
me joy
Yeah.
to see somebody triumph, like that like their face when they win. It's like, yes, I want, even if it's like a little price, like a jersey, just to see that. I really like it. I wait till the end of the day to see who won and then see their reaction. So that's basically what I'm gonna do for a living. I want to do that for a living. Eventually, I want to do that. That's why when we were in PKL and we were giving prizes on stage, we were giving away phones, we were giving away like washing machine TV for Honor of Kings. Even though it didn't come from me, even though the day has already been like 12 hours, I've already been working on my heels for 12 hours, people always ask, why do you still have so much energy? Because that game gives me energy, because I'm so excited to give it away. And it's not from my own pocket, it's from the sponsors. So that's something that I really look forward to. So hopefully one day I get that. It's just a matter, I guess, like getting a sponsor, getting a producer, the right show, putting those things together. But at least now I'm saying it out loud. In universe, give it back to me.
They're gonna listen. They're gonna listen.
And
Yeah,
most of
no,
the time, Yeah.
Most of the time, the things that I say out loud,
Yeah.
the universe gives it back. So the universe
Yeah.
has been good. It's just a matter of putting it out there. And
Because usually when
Yeah.
I say and I put things out in the universe, it comes back as like bad karma in some fashion. It's never the same, but I do like it, and I appreciate you being very honest with that, because I think that game is a lot of fun. For the record, I feel like I want to change my own answer and to just do what you're doing in that sense of being that host and giving away cars and stuff. I think that would be extremely exciting and very entertaining, and I think you'd be perfect for that. But let's talk a little bit about more of yourself, right? You weren't always Mara the host. Where were you before that? Like, what was that journey on becoming the host that you are now in Honor of Kings?
oh my goodness, I've tried different jobs. So I grew up in Toronto, Canada, and I had to pay for my own college. My dad actually paid for one semester, and that was his birthday gift for me. And that was such a big deal. That's why when I came to the Philippines and I'm like, your parents paid for your school?
Oh my God, yeah.
I was just like, well, you guys
Yeah,
are so
yeah.
lucky. So there was one point I was actually working like 5 different jobs at once. Like they're all part-time. I was a waitress, I was a front desk, I was a fitness coach. I would work in like, I was a seater greeter, seating people in this exclusive
okay.
club.
Yeah.
And I also worked at the club, like getting people to come in and putting them in their seats and whatever. And I was also that bartender. So there was so many, everything I tried. And being a waitress was actually my favorite job. And I looked forward to people like asking me to take their shifts, and I love it, because in North America they allow you to have, let's say, 3-hour, 4-hour shifts instead of 8 hours. So it's very student friendly. Sometimes I work 2 jobs in one day. Sometimes I would wake up at, let's say, like 4:30 a.m. and walk for my 5:30 a.m. job, then go to my next job after. And I used to always have like envelopes. I would have the envelopes, and I would have the title in them, like for example, bus fare, food, take brothers out every
Envelope system.
Tuesday.
Yeah, that's a
so
thing.
every time I get my tips, I would put money in there. So I learned the value of money really fast. And waitressing was my favorite job, even though for some people they would think that's crazy. How can waitressing be your favorite job? I learned communication skills. I learned how to talk to anyone. That's why right now you can put a president in front of me or whoever, and I can talk to them. That's one of the skills that you learn being a waitress. And you can't be too shy, and you kind of have to feel their energy, because you also cannot be too strong. And I love it when people request for me after, like when they come back, they request for me, and I know I did my job well. And that job also helped me in terms of, there are some people that are just mean. There are some people that are just really rude. And their energy is so bad, and they're trying to affect your energy. But I learned from waitressing that, wait, this person is not part of my life. You are going to be gone in 30 minutes to 1 hour. So that 30 minutes to 1 hour should not affect the rest of my 12 hours. So however you are to me, I'm still going to smile, because this has nothing to do with me. It's all about you. So it stops in this invisible wall, and I'm still going to smile at you because I still have to do my job. You will not affect me. Your energy is yours. My energy is mine. There is a line, and I have to draw it. And whatever you are, you cannot change me. So I learned that from waitressing, because there are just some people who are not very nice people. So from there, from the whole communication skills and learning how to be with people, when I went to the Philippines, I didn't have a job, and there was an agent that said, "You talk a lot, come audition." Anyway, one thing led to another, and I became a courtside reporter. That was one of my first jobs in the Philippines. I was a courtside reporter for the NCAA, and from there, I was courtside reporter for basketball for several different leagues until I reached PBA, which is equivalent to NBA, but in Philippines. And then I said out loud, I would love to have a game show. And then all of a sudden there was a game show available. And again, and then I got the show. And even the hosting thing. I saw somebody on stage, and I thought, oh my God, I want to do what she does. How can I do that? And then when I said it out loud, a few hours later, when I wrote it on my planner, I still have the planner, hosting. Somebody called me and said, "Hey, I can't go to my shift. You talk a lot. Can you do this?" So that's how my hosting started, until eventually it led me to esports. So I did the Olympics. I hosted the Olympics. I hosted the FIBA World Tour. I also worked in Canada for baseball. So it was mostly sports until eventually it became esports. So I'm here.
That's
So
cool.
okay, but going into esports, I obviously very similar in the sense, and I know that when you interview people, it's very sports-ish, right? Like it's definitely that level, right? But going in, like, what was the big thing? And we can talk about it. I think that there's, we can say that you came from MLBB, right?
It's in the
MPL,
past,
right?
and
It's in the past. It is what it is. You're in a much better place now, but that is what it is. But when you were doing MPL, that was kind of like the rise of like you in terms of gaming and all of that. But like, talk me through at least that experience when you were part of the MPL, PH that is.
That was pandemic, and I'll always be grateful. I'll always be grateful for what happened then and where it came from. Yeah, there were leaders that weren't so good after. So we like, there are reasons why you leave. But during that time, I had a lot of fun. I learned so much in terms of, I come to esports. It's similar to sports, but it's a little bit different in terms of like the production, and you're dealing with younger people. So you also have to protect them. You also have to guide them. You know that with sports, when you're interviewing someone, they know what to say. They know what to say that will still protect themselves. But when you're dealing with people who are 18, 16, 17, sometimes they blurt things out without realizing the consequences. So you have to be the adult and kind of guide them so you could still be a responsible broadcaster, because sometimes, you know, the production would tell you, oh, get them to trash talk. That's actually like a specific instruction that didn't come from me. People think all the time that it comes from me. No, those are the instructions from like the storyline. Right. And I have to lead them in a way that, yeah, okay, you okay, do this, but nothing below the belt. So there's that sense of having to be like an older sister. I think that's the perfect thing, because I want to do what the show wants me to do, but at the same time, I also want to protect the people that I'm interviewing. Because once they say it on air, you can never take it back. And some people are really cruel. So sometimes I need to talk to them backstage that, hey, I'm going to ask you this. I suggest that do not mention this, and you just mentioned this. But sometimes they get carried away, you know? And it's the whole pandemic thing. Like when I did sports, we didn't really have social media back then. It was one of those, once you watch it, it's done. You won't be able to watch it anymore unless the network decides to do a replay. But then now, because of social media, people can always go back to it, and there's so many people watching because of the pandemic as well. So it also helped me with my online presence. Whereas before, when TV was the in thing, there was really nothing social media. So that's how it changed my career and presence also. Now I have this online persona, which is good and bad, good for career, but it could be bad in a sense that do not get lost in it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you put yourself out there without caring too much about the likes, the followers, the numbers, the stats? But in a sense, you have to care for it because your work gets you for the stats that you're able to put in. But also, you don't want to be lost in it. It's like, oh, I only have like, let's say 100 likes. And it's like, wait, I don't want to count likes. I don't want to be that person that puts my value in the online numbers. But then it does. I guess you guys all feel this too, that it does put pressure, because some brands, they will get you for your numbers, not necessarily for your talent, for your numbers. So that's how it gets challenging with our job, the online thing. And then, that gets really challenging. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, I mean, it was a little generic. I think, I think the biggest part of this is that when brands reach out to me and they're like, hey, what are your numbers? I actually share your numbers, so they look a little inflated. But I'm trying here, right? The other piece of this, though, but let's go back again about to this hosting part, right? There was a little bit of a break from when you jumped from, MLBB to Honor of Kings. And there were some people that I would assume we're not so happy. Let's be very honest, right? There's going to be walk me through those that period of time, because it seemed like I'm sure you were kind of like jumping into a new thing, you're kind of testing it out, but at the same time you're like, are people going to respond accordingly?
Yeah, there was so when they got me, the person that got me, and I'll forever be grateful for her, she got me because of my experience in broadcasting and sports. And she figured, we need new flavor, something different. But then when they pitched me this production house, actually, they tried to block me. And they said, no, why her? She doesn't belong in this industry. It should be ABC, the other girls that's been in esports. So they tried, but then this person was like, no, my gut feeling is we need to try somebody who was in sports and who has broadcasting skills. And eventually, so I remember that weekend when it was my debut, and I trended. And then the person, was he the producer or the director? I'm not sure. And then he said, oh, to be honest, I was actually scared. I wasn't sure if she could do it, but that was pretty good. And he said it in front of people. And I love being underestimated. And I could see, like, the casters also, whether they admit it or not, they were waiting to see, okay, they got this new person, let's see what she's about. And I'm just really happy that I was able to deliver. And I made sure this time that I wasn't nervous, because okay, I'm gonna rewind like maybe almost like 8 years. There was an event where I got so nervous, I was kicked out of the event because the girl said I suck so bad. Yeah.
Who's the girl?
That was 8 years ago.
That was a
Can you name the girl? No, I'm joking.
It was a company. It was a company, and I was hosting it because I really wanted to host, and I faked it. I said yes, I was a host, but I never got the experience. I never got the experience. And I memorized my lines and whatever, but during the day, because it was a press conference, it was a formal press conference, and there was a vice president that came all the way from North America, like people from different countries were coming for this big event. And it was a press conference. I was supposed to do press conference in the afternoon and a big event at night with the same company. And during the press conference, because there were so many people in front of me, and I've never seen like that type of situation in front of me where there's a camera, people taking photos, everybody looking at you. And it was my first time hosting. Hosting, by the way, is different from when you're in camera and it's just one thing. Like it's just like a hole that you have to look into. That's so different from going to a live event. People think they're all the same. It's not. So when I remember I had my cue cards and I forgot my lines, and I kept saying, oh
no.
And we didn't have rehearsal. Right. So it was literally the first time that I did that, and I had no freaking idea what I was doing. And okay, so I finished that event. So there was like a 2-hour gap. When I went to the dinner event, the girl saw me, the boss. I think she was in marketing or whatever. She's like, what is she doing here? Get her out of here. I can host better than her. She is so bad. So bad. And she was across the room, but I'm thinking like, I could hear you. And in my head, again, my training from when I was a waitress, it's okay. Don't cry. You want to cry, but you are not going to cry. It's okay. It's okay. And I'm smiling. But really, I wanted to cry because she said it in front of the people that were setting up, in front of the production, the people that were there. There were maybe like, I don't know, like at least 10 people setting up. So that was very embarrassing. And she didn't let me host the night gig. And I was still there waiting. During the entire event, I was there. I was waiting. I waited to 12. They didn't even pay me. I was still hoping that it was still going to be me hosting. Okay. But they got someone else last minute.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was that horrible. And then I had to reflect. I cannot get mad at her because there's truth to what she said. I did suck. I did. And I promised myself this will never happen ever again. One day I'm going to be so good. I am going to be so good that people are going to want to be just like me and host just like me, and I'm gonna win awards. I'm gonna be on stage and I'm gonna accept an award for my hosting. Think something that at that time I was so bad to a point I got kicked out of the event. Okay, so I just said to myself, one day this is going to be this is gonna happen. I am never gonna allow myself to get so nervous that I freeze and I don't get to show what I'm about. And then fast forward 2 years later, I did end up winning awards. I did end up going internationally. I ended up going to the Olympics because of the hosting skills. And I am never going to suck again. So that was my horrible moment. And there are things that, sometimes when horrible things happen to you, some people let that define them and make that as an excuse while they'll never succeed. And that's their identity now. I'm not a host, I suck. And some people, which is exactly what I wanted to be, use exactly that moment to be something way greater than where you're at and to never allow that to happen again. That's why I'm Dash, you've worked with me also. Like, you see how I am in PKL. I'm so particular about when I'm at work, I'm serious. It's A, B, C, D. This is the proper way. And we have to set up everyone for success. Everything has to be detailed. So even if we're not 100% how we wanted it, at least we're close to it. But it has to be prepared in A, B, C, D. I'm traditional broadcast in that sense. And you see that even the way you look sometimes. I have to fix your tie. I have to fix your collar. I will fix your suit because I don't want anyone to be distracted with the mess, and I want them to focus on your talent. And when they see you, I want people to go, I like him. I'm not sure what I like about him, but I like him and I want to get him for my event. That's why I'm particular. I'm particular about preparation. But yeah.
It's a good thing. I think it's something that a lot of people don't recognize. The bad things that happen, and when people let you know that you suck, it's not really a bad thing, to be honest. In fact, to me, that's the best thing ever, because it is pinpointing you in the exact direction. Do you want to fix this, or do you want to grow from this? Or like, there's so many things you can take from that criticism, but it has to be constructive most of the time, right? I think.
But she was not a nice human being, though. She was not a nice human being.
It was not constructive, though.
Yeah, but
She was not nice, but it worked. It worked.
Yeah.
I always feel like there are people in this world that are there to help you grow in some fashion. Right?
Yeah.
And I think that person, even though you're never going to see them again or whatever it is, but I think in the end you got something out of that relationship, right? And I think that's the biggest thing of just being able to grow throughout. But to answer Kin's part of the fact that, like, hey, people need to point him out when he sucks, I will do more of that. I'm sorry, I was not doing it. But I think that's something we'll continue on with that.
Yeah. But I want to roll back to what Mara said. I think the most inspiring thing about what she said there was that she had the guts to do it without the experience of doing the hosting, right? That is something that not a lot of people do. That is something that some people will say, no, I won't do that because I have never done that. The lakas ng loob that we have in Filipino is what they say, to do that and to try, maybe fail, maybe have some boulders that you're going to trip on and get better from that is something inspiring to me, because that's how I also started.
Lakas ng loob, meaning strength inside.
Guts.
Right?
Guts. Or, that's what it is. And that's what is inspiring to me about what she said a while ago.
Okay, I have.
But what I should have done is like research or something first and see how people do it, because I have no idea.
I mean, it's okay to. It did great though. Like after the thing, right? Yeah.
Rejection. The rejection sometimes, will help you move forward if you're that type of person.
Okay.
Yeah. And sometimes some people. Oh yes, continue, Kim.
I want to ask something, because I think this is very important for the people that are in the midst of this, right? Every day, I'm pretty sure we will have somebody in the world that is going into an experience for the first time with no preparation. So what would your advice be for them? If, let's say, they're trying this, whatever gig this is, for the first time ever, what is the mindset that you think they should bring it in? Is it more of like okay, I'm just going to fail my way forward, or do I just try and prepare as much as possible? Like, how would you advise them?
For somebody who's doing something for the first time,
Yeah.
I want them to have a peg, meaning who is that person that you want to be?
Okay.
And then act like them. Go backwards. So, for example, if my Kobe Bryant, oh my God, I'm obsessed with Kobe. Okay, there was a time that I listened to him, all his interviews every single day. So, for example, if you were a basketball player and you want to be like Kobe, okay, so take Kobe, work backwards. How does he do it? What kind of practices? What's his habit? I'm all about habits. All about habits. So what are his habits? And do his habits. And if you don't do his habits, don't expect to be near him. Don't expect to have the skill that's close to him. So I think you should have a specific role model for that skill or that genre or whatever it is, and do things the way they do it. Listen to all their interviews, because you will learn. They will share their mistakes and they will share their current techniques. They went through it and now they're saying their new techniques. They went through the failure so they could tell you how to fast forward. Something that took them 5 years, maybe it could take you 1 year because now you know the proper way. So that's my advice. Do it the way they do it until you find your own flow, until you find your own technique.
I like that a lot. I think that's great and solid advice as well.
Oh yeah.
I'm all about
I have
habits.
I have a follow-up question to that, Mara. Because is it okay for you, for example, you're starting, you're doing things. Is it okay for you to be like because you watch a lot of people, you have an inspiration. I have inspiration 1, 2, 3. Is it okay to be like a mixing pot of those? Like I'm doing what this person does, this person does, this person does. But I try to build an identity from all of those. Is that a new identity for you, do you think, for those types of people?
What if they have different methods? Then won't you get confused?
We can choose. I
Yeah.
think like,
You
mix
choose
them
one
together.
part. Like, the intro, the methodology, the conclusion is from here, something like that they do. Do you think?
Can, but my advice is to not pick somebody that you're most likely to work with.
Oh,
Oh,
why?
yeah. Yeah.
Because
Okay,
you're
good.
gonna
That's
end up
good.
copying them.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you want somebody like you want somebody that person might look up to, not that person. Like if let's say I were a basketball player, I would not pick and I'm a freshman. I would not pick the sophomore as my idol. I would want to pick Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan.
Okay.
I would want to pick their
okay.
idol, and eventually Kobe Bryant says something like this. Like when he was young, he was like not verbatim, but he wasn't good at all. He wasn't good. He wasn't good at all. He didn't get any shots in when he was like 13 years old, and eventually he had like a, what do you call it, like a list. So if he's an 87, the 87th tier, whatever, who's 86, 85, 84, 83? What are their numbers? I'm gonna surpass that. I'm gonna surpass this. I'm gonna surpass this until he became like the top 5, whatever.
Okay.
So if that person that you're idolizing, let's say you're in the 87 and that person's in the 60th, you're gonna surpass that.
Yeah.
But if they're your idol, you're gonna settle with 60. I want you to be able to look beyond them.
Okay.
So if I were to look for like a role model, not anyone that you're more likely to work with. So that's what I say to the casters actually, that that's starting out. For example, they all want to copy Manjin, right? Manjin, because he's like the standard in Tagalog.
Yeah.
No, look for someone else, not like Manjin, because working with Manjin should be the goal. That should be the goal. So you want to be somebody with a different style than him, because you're gonna end up rapping.
Yeah.
You're gonna end up. You're gonna think that to be a good caster you have to speak fast. No, not Manjin. Look for someone else, because it should be expected that one day you will work with him. Just as how it should be expected that one day you will get a car. One day you will get a house. That's not the ultimate goal. That should be a standard goal. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
There's like a higher tier of a goal, like you can do. This is a goal, then this is a higher tier of a goal that you should do. I think I agree with that. Yeah.
That's why we're working together, Holla.
Okay. Yeah, that's one thing. But how do I go? I want to be Kobe, the basketball player, and not Kobe Beef, right? And in the same regard, as like a caster.
Okay.
Right? And for you as like a host, who was that person that was kind of directing you? Like, who were you studying to be like, oh, the one of one? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how did you get there? I would say.
Okay. In terms of talking, John Malkovich. You know how John Malkovich, the way he enunciates every word. And you guys notice when I go on stage, the heat is rising.
Yes.
I pronounce everything. Because when I heard John Malkovich talk, I thought, I love the way he talks, and I understand what he's saying to a point that everything he says sounds so important that you have to pay attention to him. So I like that, but that's not how I speak normally. That's not how I speak
Yeah, yeah.
normally. But
Yeah,
when I'm on
yeah.
stage, that's how I'm gonna talk. So he's not a host, he's an actor, but I like how he talks. So I had him in mind and I made a goal. And for Tagalog, it was Tony Gonzaga because I couldn't speak Tagalog yet. So Tony Gonzaga is this host, and she kind of speaks the same way, right, Dash? Like
Yeah.
when sa bahay ni kuya, like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
understand what she's saying. So
The
for
way she
Tagalog, she was
enunciates,
my
yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
So but every time before I host, so again, there's different types of event. Sorry, I'm combing because I didn't get to comb my hair and I feel like it's messy. So,
It's okay.
so before I enter the event, you don't always host the same way. So I would read the script depending on what the event, and I have to decide prior to me going on stage, what am I? What's my tone? I want to be a teacher. Okay, I'm gonna say things. I'm gonna host like a teacher. All right, everyone, automatically save your desktop documents and pictures to OneDrive. Like, okay, what kind of teacher do I want to be? Do I want to be like a like a preschool teacher, or do I want to be like a firm type of reporter? Like WhatsApp from Meta, it's 100% free messaging app. So now you're more maybe in. There's like a
Yeah.
So before I enter everything, I always have to think of my role. Okay, I'm a host, but I'm a host that is a teacher. I'm a host, but I'm a host like a game show. So I go in there so I don't automatically go to my normal type of talking. I know what to fall back to. So if I know I'm a game show host, hi everybody, welcome everybody, it's time. So it's like that. You need to have an idea in mind before you go in there. What are you? What kind of host are you? And that's how I go from there.
Okay.
I have a
think you can
different
kind of
question.
apply that with
Oh, yes,
casting as well.
continue.
But go on, Dash. Sorry.
Yeah, I have a different question for Mara. Mara's voice has always been iconic to me ever since, even when she was still in MPL. Her voice is very iconic. Mara, when did this voice came to be? Because your voice is very projected. Every time you talk, everybody will listen to you because your voice is very projected. Is that the right word? It's whole, it's projected. It's something that you would know that is Mara Aquino. I want to know how it started. Were you always like that? Do you project your
I have no
voice ever
idea.
since?
I didn't know. I actually didn't know until people told me. I had no idea.
Ah,
I had
interesting.
no idea, but I wasn't always like this. There were times
Mhm.
before, like personal life.
Yeah.
I grew up in a family where you can't talk back. Even if you know it's not your fault, you cannot really defend yourself. And I grew up not using my voice. And then eventually I decided that no, I'm going to speak up. And then that's how it became for everything. And I guess like now my job is talking. Even my mom, I think I said this before in previous interviews that my mom, sometimes I would go home and I would tell my mom, this is what happened. And my mom would be like, Trixie, my head hurts. You talk so much. And she would tell me that, you have to change that because not everybody will understand that. So there was a point in time that I thought talking is not accepted until eventually I found a career where they welcome your talking. I'm one of the lucky ones that found, I guess, their calling. So, yay.
Yeah, just going back to that though, your speaking voice, like when we talk, like normally, whenever we talk, not even just in the broadcast itself, your voice is like that. It's projected. Me, when I use my projected voice, it takes a lot of effort. After the day, I'm tired because I try to project my voice. I turn it on, but it's like it's always turned on, and I'm amazed by that. I'm amazed.
What do you mean? Your voice is so nice.
No. Because whenever I talk normally, this is how I sound. When I project it, this is gonna be how it sounds.
You go a little deeper. And I do that too. Like when I have another and the heat is rising.
But your voice sounds projected already, even with your speaking voice, which is nice to me. I'm amazed by that.
Okay, I don't notice it. I feel like minsan it's high pitched, and then I have to make an effort to go like automatically. We'll save your desktop.
I just saved my desktop. I don't even know why.
Yeah, that's true.
Because there's a notice here. Turn on your Windows
Yeah.
backup. Automatically save your rest. That's what I'm reading right now.
That's why I was like, where did that come from?
You have a good voice, and I've told Holler so many times. The first time I met him, I was like, "You have a really nice voice. You gotta do something that uses your voice, because it'd be such a waste if you don't use it." You have a good voice. So,
Thank you.
ta-da, now there's a podcast.
Yeah.
It looks like
There
we
you
have
go.
it for now. Again, the main inspiration behind all of this as well. So, I mean, but okay, let's go a little bit back in terms of this Honor of Kings. You've been with us for about a year now.
1 year.
how is-
Yes, 1 year. Sorry.
It's been 1 year, right? It's a pretty big moment, right? And
Yeah.
just kind of walk us through
Not
some of that.
yet. Less than 1 year.
Less than.
It's about a year.
It's about 10 months.
10 months. Okay, I round
It's
up.
about-
Okay.
It's about 10 months.
Did we
because
start PKL March? Last year?
We started PKL April 11.
April. Okay.
April 11, and I agreed to be on board like around April 1, and there was a media day April 5.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
we're
It was a
close. We're
few
close.
days before.
Yes.
Yeah. But I haven't hit my 1 year. Okay, the reason why I was saying like, whoa, it's not been a year yet, because I have to sometimes I just have to like pinch myself in terms of so much has happened and it hasn't even been a year. How lucky I
Yeah.
am to live my
Yeah.
life now.
Mm-hmm.
And it hasn't even been a year. And there's this fire in me and this drive in me that it gets me so excited that it hasn't even been a year. And with all these plans and this desire that I have, I can't wait to see what I'm going to achieve in the next 3 years. And I'm fired up. I'm so fired up. I'm super excited. So yeah, I started PKL. In the beginning, I didn't know if I was going to continue esports. I was so heartbroken with what happened before that I wasn't sure if I'm going to continue. And then Tencent asked me for a meeting, but even then I wasn't sure. And I said, it's too early. I'm going to go on an esports blackout for 3 months. So if I do decide, then, I don't want anything esports right now. And they respected that. And you guys found out, Dash, that I'm on board a week before because we had a shoot. It was a week before the first season of PKL.
The first time Mara fixed my tie, that was the day.
Oh yeah, I get because there are people. You know why? This is how I always think. That's why I want people to look like a full package when they come to work. So some people, for example, they will use Crocs and then they will have a dress, but because they're behind the desk, they'll use Crocs. That's a no-no for me because what if there was a marketing person from a brand who goes live on site and you're paired up with somebody who's equally talented, then it will go down to appearance because that's how our job is. And if you are just as good as the other person A, and now they look at the full package, but the other person completes the package more than you, then you lose that opportunity. And the other person who looks complete will get that opportunity. So you never underestimate a single broadcast. Even when you're on air, even that 30 seconds or 60 seconds that you're on, you better make sure that your hair is proper, everything is set. You never underestimate that even if it's like a non-bearing game or two teams who are on the bottom tier, they're playing. But what if somebody from, I don't know, from this baby wipes company or something happens to turn to swipe exactly in that moment? That could be the moment that you have that brand. That could be the moment that you impress somebody. So you treat even the non-bearing games as if it's like the top two teams, So that's always been my practice. That's why I put such great importance on presentation. And presentation includes the way you talk and the way you look. That's why like when I go on, I make sure everything is complete. I hire a stylist. Even though on a regular day, this is my outfit. I wear a tank top, I wear joggers, but when I go to work, I wear things that I won't normally wear, because you have to accept the fact that there are certain expectations for broadcast, and especially in our job where everything is about presentation. So that's the whole package. Yeah, that's why I fix your tie, because it's media day, and that photo is going to last for 6 months.
Big sister, I'm thankful ever since.
She's always looking out for you. And I mean, that was actually the hardest thing for myself, where we have a lot of remote casts, and then we have to go international, and we have to dress up. We have to be, pristine in that sense, or we have to kind of look the part. I mean, for myself personally, it's the hardest thing. Now I have to cast with pants on. I don't have to do that at home, right? So it's a very different situation, but I totally understand, and it does make a lot of sense, right? And I think that that's something that we're lacking as well, is we don't have somebody who can fix our ties at home, right?
Yeah.
Did you see there was a video? This guy who works at a Thai place, and he just puts his hand and then lays it out, and then he makes the wrap, and then it's done. Yeah. I'll forward it to you guys. It's on Instagram or something. It was a really cool video. You can find anything online now.
Right. You can learn everything online.
And that's the beauty of this generation that we have. Everything there, before you would have to go to school to learn specific things, but now there are things that you could learn on YouTube, as long as you don't want to be a doctor or a chemist or whatever, like, you know what I mean? There is certain information that's readily available, so you could be anything. This is the perfect time to be anything that you want to be and to learn. There are free, like if you want to be a host, there are probably free sessions on YouTube saying how to be a host, how to be a better speaker. That was not available before, but now it is. So I guess if you're not achieving what you want to achieve, it could be the limiting belief. You need to change your limiting belief that you cannot. Like you've identified yourself as somebody who cannot, and you have to take the laziness out. So don't be lazy. Step forward, just research first, and then, keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Awesome. So, like, I think we're all inspired by having you on. I know that Dash is going to be inspired about having, he's going to be able to tie his own tie one of these days, right? I think
yeah. I do now, though.
And it'll be like a Kin. Yeah. And Kin, he's probably going to be like, hey, he's going to be a future dancer from now on. I think that's what
Wait, don't reveal my secrets. The hell? I'm actually learning.
Sorry. I didn't say
he's going to make a music video soon.
But just a dancer at this point. So I think you're going to be happy with that. But okay, one last, we're getting towards the end of the podcast here, but I just kind of want to lay out the land of the PKL. Obviously, more games are underway. It's going to be a lot more humanizing in terms of the players. But what more can we expect in this season of the PKL?
Ooh, Dash, you gotta help me out with this. But this season of PKL, because we don't have a live audience, what I want is to bring a show to people that they will enjoy. So yes, we're still gonna be doing interview, but I want it to be fun. I want it that when they're watching it, they're entertained. So it's like a show within a show. Yes, our main show is the tournament. Of course, we're going to highlight their skills. But I also want a show within that show, and that show within that show is what we're doing right now. And I want it to level up every week. So what I want to do is have an exclusive, and this is something that we're pitching right now, is to have people from the community, those games that we're playing, they get to play it with their idols. They get to play it with the pro players. And again, of course, I want them to win prizes. I want them to win load, because in the Philippines, you need load to be able to have data, to be able to connect to the internet and to play the game and to text people. And I want that to be accessible to people. And hopefully we get, like, I don't know, maybe a phone. Like last year, we were giving away lots of phones also, because that's always something that's useful for people. But yeah, prizes. And I want everybody to have fun. Yes, we don't have a live venue right now, but it doesn't mean the show can't be fun. So I want to bring that into it, because I don't know any other shows who does that unless it's a variety show. So I want to mix, because Filipinos love variety shows. So I want to mix those two together, like the the tournament with a little bit of variety.
Mhm.
And at the same time, I also want to educate people about Honor of Kings. So I want games like, for example, we're doing this game that, okay, once you finish this, name 5 jungle heroes. Like, I want that to be incorporated in it.
Yep.
And we were learning, like, we were having a contest between Manjin and Shinbu, hero and titles, because now we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
titles,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Like, Lady Zen,
Yeah.
Kin.
Cascada.
Cascada. I sorry.
Okay, there you go. Right? Like, Daji.
Oh god.
Art Seeker.
Oh, there you go. So,
Mhm.
it's something that will put you on the spot, and I want to put the players on the spot as well. And I want a live audience to be able to come part of the community, and I want them to be able to beat the pro player. Yes, they're good in the game, but hey, you could beat them in this. So that's something that I want them to incorporate in the show. So we're actually going to have a meeting at 4:00 today to talk about what we're going to be doing next for week 2. And that's what I like about the team. Everyone's helpful. Everyone cares about the show. So weekly we have a meeting. It's called the writers room, and we give our thoughts on what should be included in the week to come. So to make it, it's like a unified decision and brainstorming. So that's what we do every week.
So the script writing doesn't apply to games, but if you could choose one winner in the PKL, who's going to be winning this one out?
Which one?
In the PKL spring.
You get to choose.
Which team is going to win?
Which team
Yeah.
is going to win? You know what? Can I be honest?
Yeah, please.
I always see Blacklist boom, and they're so close to my heart because my journey has been with them. But I would love to see a team that's not Blacklist or boom. I would.
Which team would that be?
Right now, it's so early. It's so early right now, but they haven't won. But I'm cheering for Flash. I'm cheering for Flash.
Okay.
It's just because when the team is new, of course there's going to be challenges, right? And my hope for every team is that they would get the sponsors and the right support. So when a new season comes, they're still going to be there, and it's going to be the same lineup.
Yeah.
Because if you keep, for me, this is my perspective, if you keep changing the lineup, how is the team gonna grow?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How are they gonna grow? Blacklist is like that because they've been together for so long. Boom is like that because they stuck together. So I want the teams to stick together as long as it's the right pieces. Not because we've only seen week 1. We've only seen week 1 right now. If I want somebody to be a champion, it's so hard, but I'm rooting for Flash. You know why also? I have a thing for underdogs. And last season, 2 seasons ago, they were last place.
Yeah, they were. They were. Yeah.
And now there's like a glimpse of light. And I would love to see them succeed, even though it's different players. But I would love to see somebody who failed and then rise to the top.
Yeah.
The
That's the
underdog
perfect story.
Yeah. Perfect story.
Similar to your hosting story, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's been a pleasure having you on, Mara. Any sort of shout outs to your fans, sponsors, anything that you'd like to kind of get out there before we close up the show today?
Oh, I would like for everybody to support PKL. You know what? Keep supporting Honor of Kings. Even making a comment, sharing it on your stories, giving a reaction, it really helps. And let's not keep comparing, because a lot of people compare this to a game that was that existed before. You have to think about this league, the PKL, has not even been around for 1 year. One year.
That's crazy.
So
True.
we're still a baby. I mean, yes, Honor of Kings came the year prior, but it's literally just like an introduction. Like it's literally like, okay, we're here, but the league hasn't even been here 1 year. And this is going to grow. We're not expecting to beat other numbers. We're not expecting to surpass. What we're expecting is for the community to grow, for everybody to start appreciating what this new game is. It existed for 10 years. in another country, but right now globally, PKL less than a year. Keep supporting it. The more games that we have, the more the esports community grows, the more jobs you create all around for the players, for the production, for the talents, even like people who want to be in the industry, producers, league ops. So let's not fight. Let's not fight with other games.
Yeah.
We're here for the ecosystem, right? So yeah, and with that, you guys can go to gamewithmara.com to top up for your favorite games.
There you go. There you go.
You guys can top up. And for the people who want to hear more, we also have a podcast called Good Times with Mother Podcast. And I do radio for Magic 89.9 every Monday to Thursday. Yeah. And PKL this weekend. And oh, if you guys want to see something, if you guys want to suggest like games or segments, let us know. All ideas are welcome.
All right.
Why did it take you so long to invite me?
That's a damn problem.
That's on hold. That's on hold.
Yeah.
Cut. Yeah, we're done. No, we wanted you on. We just wanted the perfect moment. We knew that we wanted to match the episode number with your actual age.
Oh, you got it.
You got it. There we go.
You saved it. You saved it.
But I hope I get to work with you guys again. You guys have been so much fun. And I have to say, when I first started, I keep fixing my hair because I see it's so messy. When I first started working with you guys, I had such a good time. Everybody was so welcoming and everyone was unified and I liked it. And I like how you welcome new people, how you welcome me. And I thought like Sagi, I thought that he's been around for a long time. I didn't know that was also his first tournament, but you guys already look so cohesive. And I really hope that this game grows. So every international tournament, you guys don't just cast at home, that we also get to be together wherever that tournament is, whether it's Jakarta, Malaysia, or wherever. And my vision for you guys is to be able to also experience KPL, because that was something that when I watched, it gave me goosebumps and I felt like I was gonna cry. I don't know why. Just that moment, that feeling that I didn't know this existed. And the fact that we're part of it, even though we're at like the bottom part of it and they've been doing it for a long time. There's the fact that there's a possibility that we could be there. That's enough for me to get excited. So I'm excited for everybody. I'm excited for you guys. Hopefully another event in the Philippines, you guys get to come and we get to do more stuff. Because now I have an idea like where to bring you, the activities. How did you guys like Philippines?
It was amazing.
You have brought us to a lot of places. You've given us so much food. And like, I think Hall and I agree, like we were dying. The food that you gave us.
That's the craziest part. Is like you were doing amazing. You guys are amazing hosts. Let me be very honest. Like in terms of food, hospitality, all of that stuff. But then you were teaching us words like tamana, which means right? I'm done. But you would never listen to us when we would use it. And so you would try to kill us with food and your hospitality. I thought like, okay, all right. It seemed a little, ironic in that sense.
Because we had long days and I didn't want you guys to be hungry. And I wanted you to leave Philippines feeling good, not like, oh, that was tiring. I wanted
to
you
go
to
back,
be like,
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, that I want to go back. I enjoyed this. I wanted it to be part of like core memory because, nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. And in 10 years, everything is about creating memories. And in 10 years, I want you guys to even remember even just one day of KIC 2025 and think, oh, I remember this and that was fun. Because if you think about it, if we barely see each other, let's say we see each other once a year. In that once a year, I want that once a year to be part of a core memory. So at least you remember one thing, right?
Yeah.
We definitely have a lot of core memories. Like the food, Tamana is one, and then we have the crab walk with the laser tag.
The laser
archery.
tag.
Yeah, like dude, that is a core. I will remember that for years.
Yeah. And not to mention, we walked away not only with the memories, but also the weight that we gained because we ate so much. The food was amazing. Okay?
How much weight did you get?
I don't want to talk about it, all right?
We'll do it
took me
again.
some
We'll
time
do
to
it
get rid of it, all right? But
Thank
again,
you guys
Mara,
so much.
thank you so much
Yeah.
for being on. I
Thank
know
you,
you're
Mara.
incredibly busy and taking time out to be on our humble podcast. We're here at episode 21. Thank you so much, Mara, for all of your time. And of course, everyone else that's viewing, please do give a like and subscribe. We will catch you guys next time.
Bye.